Man, Liver King meltdown. If you guys don't know what's happened, I'm sure you must have heard about it. Liver King goes on a complete meltdown. Just nuts. The footage is wild. The fact that he actually goes to Austin is spectacularly crazy. And then he gets arrested. His wife is just there like it's all normal. His kids are with him. He took the whole family to Austin to get arrested. I'm going to take you through the whole timeline. Just a little tidbit. That's the Liver King as he's going on this whole crash out where he's just calling out Joe Rogan to fight in a grappling match for $1 million that Joe Rogan knows nothing about. One pupil is huge. The other pupil is small. How? His teeth are blue. How? What's going on? The Liver King is just so far gone. And it's just such a wild story. Have to cover it. I'll give you a little tidbit before I backtrack in the storyline, but this is the kind of stuff that he was saying to Joe Rogan.
Anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds. An actual savage. And so at first you're like, fuck that guy. And right? When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that mother. I'm going to choke him out. So what warriors do, you are good warriors.
What is going on? That's just a little tidbit of what's been going on with the Liver King. Now, here's the thing. Before I bring you through the timeline and show you all the wildness, and yes, he actually did get arrested. This is real. Before it was speculation, you couldn't really find the story anywhere, but it has been confirmed. He has been arrested. Now, I'm saying that because I have a video of him in cuffs, so you will be seeing that. But the thing about it is, before I bring you through this timeline, Joe Rogan actually said a whole lot about the Liver King. And in fact, Joe Rogan and the guy who broke the story about the Liver King taking steroids were on this podcast together. The podcast, the clip alone got, whoa, where is it? The clip alone, check this out. Clip got 8.7 million views. And the Liver King's been stewing over this whole thing for 2 years, as you can see. Joe Rogan sat down with Derek, more plates, more dates, and just broke this story to the whole world. At first, it was just maybe 500,000 people knew. Joe Rogan took it to the next level. So, I just want to show you this so you understand exactly what's going on with the Liver King. This is the moment Joe Rogan created a villain. Check this out.
You know how I got so jacked?
How?
I followed the 9 ancestral tenets.
Oh, I heard that works really well.
It's the best way.
Yeah.
Boy, when I saw that video that you posted, you actually sent me the video after I'd already seen it. I caught it like within 3 minutes of you posting it.
Oh my God.
I saw it. It just showed up on my YouTube feed. I'm like, oh yes, here we go. And wasn't surprised at all.
No.
I mean, it seems completely makes sense, but that's exactly what I expected.
Yeah, it seemed like just a matter of time for him.
There's no way you can look like that.
No.
in your 40s, I mean, he's preposterously jacked. Do we have a fucking now that we know that he's full of shit, we're talking about the Liver King, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are like, what are they saying? This is all inside stuff.
Yeah.
There's a guy, if you don't know who the Liver King is, the guy calls himself the Liver King, and he's this guy who walks around everywhere with no shirt on. I've seen him in Vegas with no shirt on, big bushy beard, super jacked, and he was telling people that the way he gets that way is by sunning his balls. He literally lays down with his asshole staring at the sun and eats raw liver and just lifts like a maniac, and that's how he's so jacked. But it's preposterous.
Yeah, too many polar extremes to have just like a unique marketing spin that was just highly viral, in my opinion. And I don't know, I think most people could see through it, but at the same time, he would, like, there was a lot of big names that even reached out to me after the video came out, and they were like, you know, I didn't think he was natural, but this guy literally right to my face would say, like, blatantly, I am natural. And like a lot of people will take a guy at his word when it's like a private conversation. And if he's straight up telling you in person, yeah, it's actually legit, I'm natural. And he was just lying out through his teeth, seemingly.
There's some people that are really jacked that are natural.
For sure.
Some people that are like super, super disciplined. They, you know, they're taking supplements, but all legal supplements that you can get at like a vitamin store. And they're just like, they've never gotten off the grind. And who's that guy? Paul Sklar.
So this is what I'm talking about. Joe Rogan makes a podcast. The only reason Derek is on the podcast, they're friends, of course, but it's just because he made this video and he was exposing the Liver King. And then Joe Rogan decides to dedicate a good 15 minutes to this guy and is just making fun of him. Look, we're going to play some more of it.
Fucking gigantic.
So he did cover the ab implants and etching again. He said no to both, even in his apology. Touches on it.
Is it I mean, I guess it's possible if you're on that much juice that your ab muscles grow that big too. Because the kind of stuff he does is, you know, very core specific. Like he's doing a lot of stuff where he's like cleaning and pressing kettlebells and walking with them over his head, and all that stuff really does ignite your core. And if he's doing that all the time, I would imagine it's possible that those are real abs. But that was the question. Do you think those are real abs?
Yeah, personally, I think they're legitimate abs, and the etching thing I think is more of the controversial topic. Did he have some sort of like cosmetic work done to target locally the fat around the abdominal, you know, definition?
Would that make much of a difference though? Because he's very lean, clearly. If you look at his arms, you look at his chest, you look at everything, like look at that image right there. He's so lean. I mean, how much fat would you even be talking about? And how would that make the thing is the topographical map of his abs, the way they pop up like mountains. That's just mass.
Yeah.
That's where the question of whether or not that's real or whether or not they're implants.
That's what I was leaning to, is just like, I feel like his overall body composition is pretty consistently represented. I don't think he has like I get that his...
Yeah, like look at him walking there.
Like the argument is they don't change in like when he sits down or anything, the density of them and like the separation is so dramatic that it's got to be something.
Yeah.
And
here, let's just jump ahead a little bit so you can see, like, this is where the apology starts. They're just laughing at this guy.
The YouTube version, because
let's play it.
Put a little bit up on.
Yeah, if you put it on
Instagram.
YouTube, you're more than allowed to. Here it goes. Liver King confession.
I'm making this video. Whoa.
What's up with
Sounds
a
like
terrible
shit.
sound?
Try again.
Is it a connection issue?
Maybe. Yeah.
Weird. That's happened before. What is that?
I don't know.
A lot of people believed him, including the Bell brothers, Chris and Mark Bell. I'm like, well, how, guys? You do steroids. How do you not look at that guy and go, clearly?
I think Mark likes to think that a lot of people, like, he doesn't want to put a... Is it working? Or like a limitation on what's possible. Like he likes to believe that you could, and again, because the problem with this too is a lot of people will extrapolate this out and then think everyone with a jacked physique must be doing something, which is problematic because then it sort of creates this narrative around, everyone's lying, or anyone with a good physique, it's impossible to get there without doping your face off kind of thing, which is not the case. There are certain individuals who, like, I do believe that physique, okay, maybe not that physique, but like within striking distance of that, in 0.00001% of individuals, you could get there naturally.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Hyper responders.
Yeah.
Guys who are just like ridiculous genetic.
So what would you do? What would you do? Right? If some guy was the biggest podcaster in the world was talking about you, I don't know what I would do. Kurt Metzger almost mentioned me once when he was sitting with Joe Rogan, and I was like, oh no. Terrible.
To apologize. Because I f***ed up. Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Because I lied. And I misled a lot of people. I've stated that this is a complicated as topic, at least to me it is, because before social media, I was rich and anonymous, and after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous, and I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye. It's been tricky as to navigate. Well, clearly I did it wrong, and I'm here now to set the record straight. Yes, I've done steroids, and yes, I'm on steroids, monitoring managed by a trained hormone clinician. Liver King, the public figure.
Joe Rogan's laughing at it. Joe Rogan doesn't usually take that type of stance, but for some reason, he really didn't like the Liver King. Don't know why. And again, this was 2 years ago that we're seeing this clip. So I guess the whole time, the Liver King was slowly trying to gain back his career, trying to make something happen. Everybody was making fun of him on social media. And then he just slowly collapsed into this. Let's play this real quick. Just bring you through a little timeline of the posting these things. Check this out.
Some of you know about Barbarian. It's a modern day rap.
I know that you're probably waiting for me to explain his face and the stick that's coming out of the back of his hair. And I'm not going to, because he doesn't explain it. So you're just like me right now. What's happening?
Rite of passage. It weaponizes our young men with principles to strive to become something greater, more. Barbarian's a thing. Barbarian Foundation. You should learn about it. Super Barbarian is a thing too. It's really, really, really hard. And then after that, it's called Hell on Earth. It's 1,000 bloody knuckle push-ups from sunrise to sunset on only hard surfaces. And your 3 points of contact is the face, the chest, I think the belly. Yeah, the belly around there have to touch. And if the knees touch, that rep doesn't count. 1,000 of those takes a long time to build. To be able to do it, it's awesome. You should definitely not do it until you're ready, and at which point will be the gift. After that is apocalyptic.
After that is apocalypto. Okay, guys? After that is apocalypto. These are the type of messages he was sending. But they weren't just messages to the audience, not to you, not to me, certainly not. These were messages to Joe Rogan, and there's a bunch of them. Here's another one.
192 is true. And I'll probably, if you want, I can cut more. I'll be ready whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Or you can release me of this fight, and you can just welcome me right onto the show tomorrow. And I will donate $1 million to a charity by choosing good and true. That's also a possibility. Otherwise, it's bloody bro, bloody barbarian bones. 192. I asked my wife, I go, hey, do we have a scale? Do we have a scale? And she's like, yeah, I got to look for it. I said, oh, no, I don't want to bother you to have to go look for it. I'm just going to use rads. I was really curious to weigh myself this year. I didn't know how much I weighed. I thought that, like, I don't look like I weigh that much. Whew. I have a gut problem right now. You see it? Look how boom, boom, boom. We're going to go try and dispose of some of that, by laying down in the fetal position and then working the valves. Right here, you go up, ascending colon, transverse, whatever, descending on this, and then all these, oh yeah.
He's talking about doing an enema. And the reason his stomach is that way is because he's used so much. Joe Rogan actually has a little bit of it too. You get this call it like a bubble gut. That's why a lot of bodybuilders look like Arnold Schwarzenegger for some reason looked like a statue, right? He's like thin in there. I don't know why. But he was like thin right there and he came up like that. He was like a V. Now, if you look at bodybuilders, they're built like fridges. And it's because of human growth hormone. This gives you this fridge-like physique, abs, because your organs literally get bigger. And that's what he's dealing with. And it comes with a host of really, really rough problems. Really rough problems. So that's what he's dealing with there. But here's another video directed towards Joe Rogan. At that point, he's talking about coming there tomorrow. This is as he's getting ready to actually leave and find Joe Rogan.
But you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping, because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family. I have a principle to fight for. That's what I'm, well, what if he actually does what he's saying? What if that would be interesting? That would be interesting. What do you have to fight for? You're fighting. I hope you're mad. You should choke me out. You know how to do that. You're trained. You're trained. You got a black belt. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. I hope you choke me out. And if you don't choke me out, these other limbs will be interesting. Should be very interesting. That's the PS. I already thought about my game plan. I don't have a plan. I'm not going to train. But I hope you've been training. And I'm ready whenever you're ready. If it's tomorrow, that will be great. Let's do it as soon as possible. If it's not tomorrow, then just whenever you're ready. Yeah. This is actually happening. And just remember on the backside, this is good. It's fun. It'll be fun. It'll be like, there's real tension, real fight, no, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. I'm going to make you pay. I am going to actually make you pay. And what you pay will be donated to good and true. So that's how barbarians bleed. The message.
You can't be saying that to Joe Rogan. You can't be saying, I'm going to make you pay. That right there probably got him on the radar. They're probably like, okay, now we actually have to look for this guy. He's coming to Austin, whatnot. Then he drops this video. We're not even done. We're not even to where he's in Austin. I'm going to be showing you those videos in a second.
But then you have to contend with something else. And I need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And then I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds. An actual savage. And so at first you're like, that guy. And right? When all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that mother. I'm going to choke him out. That's what warriors do. You are good good warriors. But you're actually better than that real tension we have. Comedy that you do is good and true. We have real tension. But what I see in you,
Just throws that in while he's talking. Really, we have, it's gonna happen. We're gonna fight, and actually, your comedy's actually. But the thing about it is, we have this real tension. Hey, man, who taught you how to talk like a homeless guy? Who taught him that? Who taught him how to talk like a homeless guy? Huh? Who taught him how to look like a character from 28 Days Later? He looks like a guy in a zombie movie who just got bit. He just got bit and he still has his wits about him, but he's just like, guys, take me out. Just take me out, guys. Cause you got it. I don't want to look. You know what I mean? How's one pupil so small? How's the other one so big? Let's go to Austin. Let's go to Austin. This is him in Austin. Okay? Actually, what do we got here? What do we got here? We got a bunch of these things. This is him actually getting arrested. Right? Let's just go for, how his wife was just handling it. Because he's there with his family again.
Okay, so what did they say?
Listen, just take this with a grain of salt, but they assured me he's going to be in and out.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to process you. He'll bail out, but we're talking probably 24 hours.
24 hours?
Maybe first thing tomorrow when he sees the judge. I don't know.
Oh, so it's not an hour. He's going to be the 24 hours.
I don't know. They could do a 24-hour.
Take you this way to the lobby.
Thank you. And then do you know where their vehicle is? So
Yes, it's just gonna, when you go out to the driveway.
thank you for your discretion. They said in and out, but to a cop, in and out could mean 24 hours.
Oh.
The driveway is.
Okay. So that means 24 hours.
I don't know, Miss Barbara. I'm saying that they could hold him for 24 hours. However, they said in and out, which means they could go there and then he comes back out. But I'm under the assumption he would need to see a judge before he is dismissed. Rogan's guys are gone.
Really?
Hear that? He just said Rogan's guys are gone. That means Rogan's people were there. They're all special ops guys. Eddie Bravo 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu black belts. Good Lord.
Thank you.
There he is. He's getting arrested. Crazy.
Yeah. And these items are for you.
I would take that away. That's for sit on. Oh, yeah, you just
No.
Do you guys handcuff some people in the back of the car?
He's probably like, do you guys know where 6th Street is? I heard Joe Rogan usually hangs around 6th Street. You guys could just drop me off there. I have to fight him. We have some real tension. We have some serious tension. So I actually have to go see him, if you guys don't mind.
Inside the car? That's that. Because it's pretty protected.
Well, that's going on. Wife. Hey, okay, perfect.
Should we go separate or do you have... Okay, so what did they say?
Listen, just take this with a grain of salt, but they assured me he's going to be in and out.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to process you. He'll bail out, but we're talking probably 24 hours.
24 hours?
Maybe first thing tomorrow when he sees the judge. I don't know.
Oh, so it's not an hour. He's going to...
Oh, let me tell you something. I know women, okay? Listen, I'm the friend that you can bring your girlfriend to, and I can look her in the eye, and I can tell you if she's crazy. I know the ladies right now are like, no, you can't. Yes, I can. It's never failed. That's a crazy lady. Just saying. I'm sure she's sweet. I'm sure she's very sweet. She's in great shape because she's actually in her 50s, if you don't believe me. She's in marvelous shape, but she's nuts. She's nuts. And let me just prove it to you, okay? With this video here. Check this out.
We're sorry I didn't see you come out. We were making your coffee. Coffee's ready.
Oh, good. Please, can I have the coffee?
Yeah, it's gonna be an espresso.
What?
An espresso.
Do you need any like
If you don't mind, don't ask me what I need. I'll say what I need from whomever I need it to, and I'm going to also do everything that I can with the amount of time. I'll try and explain the least amount that I'm going to.
Just the fact that his kids are there, his kids just brings him a cup of coffee like it's just a Sunday and they're going to the park. His wife's just wrapping things up. You know, maybe she's not nuts. Maybe she's just a really dedicated woman. You know what I mean? Maybe that's all it is. But this just seems so wild to me that the whole family's involved. Just listening to him as he's talking about finding Joe Rogan with what seems to be a 6 or 7 inch screwdriver. What?
We agreed on 12, correct?
12 minutes, correct.
There's 12 ancestral tenants, you know that?
I do.
Yeah. They're actually principles. And I asked another man how much time I have it. He said none, zero. What's stronger than time? Principles. That's stronger than time. He knew it. At some point, Joe Rogan, I got your attention. I think to legitimate fight. Looking at the love. It's just starting. It's day one, bro. Day one. Okay, who won the first round? Okay, I guess we'll make it 12 days, okay? It'll be 12 days. Demarcation points around the clock. 12 ancestral tenants. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. At the capital of the greatest state, man. A friendly state. It's called Texas. Welcome to Texas, Joe Rogan.
This is crazy. He's just sipping coffee like it's a regular day. He knows, at this point, he knows he's about to go downstairs and get detained. That's why he's saying, I know I got your... So they know he's getting arrested. And he's just kind of getting ready for it, and he just feels like this is still going to happen. We're still fighting. This is some wild episode that he's having. He cannot be in the right state of mind. And again, the reason I showed you the Joe Rogan clip at the beginning is because I think this whole time, although he hasn't been voicing it the past 2-3 years, I think he's pissed at Rogan. I think he's pissed for what Rogan did and how Rogan brought him up and they made fun of him. I think even Brendan Schaub came on the podcast. Schaub? Brendan came on the podcast and they made fun of him. Like, I think the whole time they've just been creating a Batman villain. This guy is straight Gotham City. Look at all the rings. This guy's from Gotham City, ready to fight. He's built like a Batman character. You know what I mean? Got some coffee. It's a nice mug. I appreciate a mug like that. All my mugs are like that. Like the glass one. Nice. Right? This is wild. He's literally dressed like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle right now. Ready to find Joe Rogan and wrestle with him? Hey, man, you know what? Why can't rich people just be rich? If you gave me $20 million, I would just be rich. What? You know, you got a wife, she's in shape. Oh, you got kids, they're growing up, just do that. Rich people can't just, you know, you get enough money, you're like, I want to fly to Mars. I want to block the sun. I want to wrestle Joe Rogan. It's like, man, you guys are demented a little bit, no? So, again, this was him going to jail. And if you go and check out his Instagram, check it out. Make the screen normal size for you. I mean, I don't follow the guy. I never have. But it's just all dedicated finding Joe, going after. Now he's been arrested. I believe it's misdemeanor B, terroristic threats. That's what he's been arrested for. It's crazy. Now, let's have an honest conversation just to wrap this up. What do you think happens when it comes to him and Joe Rogan. Who do you think really wins that fight? Let me know in the comment section. Who do you think wins that fight? Listen, I've said this before, but I think, and I know I'm biased, I think Joe Rogan does whatever he wants to him. I think if Joe Rogan wants to put him up against the wall and start twerking, then that's what they do. If Joe Rogan wants him to meet his foot, he has to meet his foot. If Joe Rogan's like, hey, man, hey, you want to go ice skating? Liver King goes, no, we're going to fight. That's it. He just gets knocked to the head. Boom. He wakes up. He's just ice skating like this, 1 foot in the air, just going like this. He looks behind him. Joe Rogan's holding him. They're just ice skating. He goes, what's going on? He goes, oh, man, I told you we were going ice skating. They just start spinning in a circle together. He goes, you want to go get some barbecue, man? Let's go to Terry Black's. Liver King's like, I don't want to go to Terry Black. He just wakes up, fistful of brisket in his hand. What's going on here? Hey, man, you've barely even touched your mac and cheese. We've been here for like an hour and a half. Come on, sleepyhead. You want some ribs? He's like, no, I don't want ribs. He wakes up, mouthful of ribs. He's like, what's happening? You know? Joe says, hey, you want to go back to my place? He says, no, I don't want to go back to. Boom, he wakes up in a satin red robe, just laid out on a bed. That's it. That's how it goes. Joe does whatever he wants to the Liver King. Whatever he wants. He wakes up on the bed. He goes, what are we doing here? He goes, well, we came back to, got into something more comfortable. You remember? He's like, I don't remember. He's like, either way, you were great, man. You want to go elk hunting? He's like, no, I don't want to go elk hunting. He wakes up. He has a bow in his hand like this. Joe Rogan's like, take the shot. Gets his first buck. Doesn't even remember. Joe Rogan does whatever he wants to this guy. Are you kidding me? This guy's 5'3". You thought Joe Rogan was short? This guy's shorter than Joe Rogan. There's no chance, man. But all jokes aside, and that's kind of a joke, but I kind of believe it. Joe Rogan just looks at him. Hey, man, I got to get to the mothership. Do you want to go to the mothership? Hang out, man? It's going to be a great show. He's like, no, I don't want to. He wakes up. Shane Gillis is on stage. He's like, check out this guy. You just wake up, buddy? He's like, what's going on? He's just in the green room of the mothership. Joey Diaz is like, you want to smoke this, dog? Dog. What did you guys? You guys give him a star of death or something? What's going on? You want to smoke this, dog? He does whatever he wants with the guy. Weekend at Bernie's, he has him on roller coasters, just knocked out. He's just on a roller coaster with him. He's like, you having fun, Brian? And then finally, he's like, Joe, I just want to fight. And then boom, he wakes up. He's on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's like, hey, what's been going on? And then they have a 4-hour conversation. They squash the whole beef. Brian goes home. Oh, man. Anyway, I took that bit kind of far, but, it's one of those bits. I'm never going to get to do it on stage, so I figured I'd do it here. But let me know in the comment section what you think of all this. I think Joe Rogan, listen, I thought for sure, I started a segment on this channel called What Joe Rogan Missed. I thought for sure this was going to be something he missed. But I think now he's actually going to mention this on the podcast. Because how do you not? The guy came to where you were. He came to find you. Your people actually had to make sure that he got apprehended. And then they had to report back to you and make sure your family's safe. There's no way he doesn't mention this. He has to. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty wild situation. I'm out.